Hello everyone, I'm Ferdi Salvador. Join us in unlocking the tricks of the trade here on Trade Talks. Let's get down to business. There is no stopping the coffee boom in the country, with shops opening every street corner. But if you want a brew that's truly Filipino, check out Aponi Bayosa, which literally translates to the grandchild of Bayosa. It's a social enterprise that aims to support local farmers by sourcing premium specialty beans from the highlands. Let's find out more about Aponi Bayosa. We'll be speaking with its founder, Fides Herrera-Lim. Welcome to the program, Ms. Fides. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for inviting me.
Of course, and straight from Copenhagen, from another cold country from the mountain regions to another cold country.
That's where they really drink coffee a lot.
Yes, you know, there's a big interest and boom in the coffee industry here in the Philippines. But obviously, it's not a new thing for us Filipinos. We've been growing coffee beans in the highlands where, fortunately, you hail from. And now it's just beginning to open up into more serious coffee drinkers. How do you feel about what's going on in the F&B world with regard to coffee?
For me, coffee is an art. One has to understand the taste notes. It's not just drinking coffee every day. It's a sacred ritual in the morning. Mm-hmm. And we have to discover our great taste notes. In each region, we have unique taste notes that even I have promoted our coffee in Copenhagen, and they are quite surprised with our taste notes.
I'm very interested, more than your cafe, I'm interested in the sourcing of your beans and how you have developed this with your co-founder, who unfortunately is not with us in the studio this morning.
Soon enough, yes.
Yes, but I'm so interested because you hail from, you grew up in Baguio, and you are also part of the mountain province. You've got your own tribe there, which is super cool. How did you get ingrained in the coffee world, in the business? Is it because of your upbringing in the mountain region?
Actually, I've been out of the country for many years because of my husband's career. And I find that growing up in Baguio, coffee was a daily ritual. And when I went to other countries, I still miss coffee from my hometown, Baguio. When I came home a few years ago, I worked in a coffee company, and I was asked to put together Ibaloy farmers in Benguet. I did so, and this is one story I want you to hear.
Yes, please.
I was with the farmers, then suddenly a butterfly, a big mariposa, went to my shoulder.
Yes.
So I was
a brown one.
A brown one. So I asked the elderlies, should I pitik? You know what's that? Should I let it go? And they said, no, that's your ancestors. So from that time, I had the message, what I'm doing is good. So I suddenly had a strong advocacy for helping farmers. The first coffee I had was of Atok and then Tuba. But Atok was well reviewed, they liked it a lot.
Yes.
Just one coffee, I started with that.
But what's the allure with mountain province coffee beans as opposed to the ones that we find in the south, even Batangas? What's the difference?
It's how high it is growing.
Okay. Is
above
it the difference,
sea level.
Is it the difference in sweetness? Is it the difference in acidity?
Brightness.
Brightness.
Acidity.
All right. That's one thing I haven't heard about coffee.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm not a coffee drinker.
I'm gonna make you one.
You're gonna convert me.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what makes it different.
Yes, and it's like smooth.
Yes. Is there any historical facts on how coffee beans got to the mountain province?
Well, I think it's the missionaries that came long ago. Actually, it started in Batangas. Ethiopian beans were brought there. Missionaries started growing it. But since Benguet is it has a high above sea level.
Yes.
It's better tasted. And then the flowers that it also helps.
So
Around.
in Benguet or the Mountain Province, it's all about brightness.
Yes.
In Batangas, it's all about the robustness. It's the barako. It's like it hits you in the face in the morning.
Actually, there are 4 types of coffee.
Yes.
The Arabica, the Robusta, Liberica, and the Excelsa. The Arabica is the premium one, and Benguet grows that.
Okay, so we've cornered the market there.
Yes.
And this all happened because you and your best friend had a cup of coffee and had a bright
story.
idea.
That's
Please
another
tell me about it.
I was leaving for Denmark. I had a coffee shop, but I had to close it, and because I was leaving. So one day we were over a cup of coffee with Stella. Stella, I have to leave, but I feel so bad that I'm leaving the farmers. So she said, "You want me to continue it for you? If you can, it would be good." I said, "I'll be in Denmark. I'll market it there. You do the packing and the distribution." She did not have any second thought. She has a good heart. She said, "As long as we're helping the farmers, that would be good," she said.
Well,
so that was how it was.
And this is what happened to Aponi Bayosa.
Yes.
I was telling you in the green room that I thought, I was reading it very fast, Aponi Bayosa, but I thought it was an Italian Aponi, but I didn't realize
Sounds
it's
Italian.
Aponi Bayosa. Tell me about the name and how that came about.
I'm the granddaughter of Bayosa.
Okay.
Bayosa is the wife of Mateo Carino, the tribal leader the first tribal leader in Benguet, Baguio. We were called the Baknang clan. I think you know what that means. Okay. So my great grandfather owned John Hay before.
Wow, history.
But there's a part there where things change. Bayosa had a house in Burnham Park.
Yes.
I discovered when I showed the old picture of Lola to the farmers, they asked me, "Do you know what's behind your grandma?" I said, "No." And then they said, "Those are coffee."
So wow, so you're really hyper connected to your industry.
Exactly. And then I started trying to learn more about coffee, tried to get to barista classes. I tried to start going to coffee shops, trying to taste coffee. That's where my skill is, tasting the coffee. Kasi ang roaster iba, ang barista iba.
Tell me, what's the difference
Between
the barista and the roaster?
The roaster makes sure that the kind of temperature to roast the beans are perfect.
All right.
To make the flavor of the beans come out good.
And the barista?
The barista is how he'll present the coffee to you, how he brews it, how the kind of machine that he'll use to serve the coffee.
Okay,
the
so
farmer is the hardest job.
I was going to ask you about the farmers. How did you choose the farming communities you work with, and why did you go direct to them? Because it's single origin. That's the active phrase, no?
You have to get to know the farmers. Most of them are indigenous women farmers. Okay. They go through a lot of hard work just to grow this coffee, to get into your cup that you enjoy each morning. The drying, the drying in Baguio is difficult. When it rains, they have to bring the beans back inside. They don't want to get it
and the
wet.
humidity, of course. There's a lot of moisture.
Yes, and then also the planting of the seedlings, to the pulping, to the drying.
But how do you choose the individual? Do you go individual farmers or you go with communities?
I go to individual farmers. Or
That's a lot of hard work.
Yes. Get to know them, listen to them, listen to what their problem is. I tell you a story. I brought Stella with me along to the farm. And then she saw the plight of the farmers. As we were going back to Manila, she said, "Fides," she was a bit teary, "we should help the farmers." You sure you want to help? So we made the plan, raise funds to help this Atok Coop. We were able to raise funds to donate a coffee roaster. They needed that.
That's beautiful. I want to go dive deeper into that because I think that your business has a wider reach in terms of making a difference with the farmers. But before that, we're going to take a short break. Trade Talks will be right back. Welcome back to Trade Talks. We'll continue our conversation with Fides Herrera-Lim. She's the founder of Aponi Bayosa. So before the break, we were talking about helping out the communities one by one, or farmers rather, one by one. How are you doing that? You've already donated a roaster.
Yes.
Because of the funds that you've raised. And then is this where you created the brand Aponi Bayosa, or was it previous to the fund fund sourcing?
When we were doing well,
Crowdfunding, rather.
Sorry, when we were doing well with the coffee, that's the time we started to think of donating the coffee roaster, the moisture meter. You have to check the moisture of
So
the
they don't
coffee.
have that.
They didn't have that.
So you're able to provide that,
Yes.
Ms. Fides. All right, but of course, at this point, you and Stella have already been packaging the goods.
Yeah,
And where were you selling?
abroad mostly.
So none here in the Philippines.
There's a bit, Arsuki, regularly buying it. But abroad, we try to promote our coffee.
I'm sure, I mean, when you sell abroad, it's because now it's considered artisanal. Single origin is their key. It's their key active word because they're like, oh, okay, it's single origin. We know it's sourced from ethical means. And the more they will pay top euro or top dollar to purchase a bag of coffee. So how did you manage to put together the farmers and organize them, do the roasting, market it abroad, and now where is it sold? In Denmark? Where else?
What we do is really promote the coffee. This is one problem we have, Ferdi. We cannot meet the demands globally.
Well, that's a terrible problem.
It is.
So, based
Okay.
on that, because you cannot meet the demands of your market, does that mean to say that the coffee producers or the farmers are super benefiting from this? So, are they producing twice as much, or they're still sticking to the number of trees they have?
We have to tell them that your coffee is good. We have to inspire them. We have to let them know that the world loves your coffee.
They don't know this?
Not much. We're still small. We're not even in the top 20.
How many tons of coffee do you produce per season or per month?
Depends on the farm.
Okay.
There are so many farms putting it together. This is another thing. Some even use coffee from Vietnam to mix with other coffee here.
Okay, but these are not your farmers, obviously.
No.
Okay.
That's not my coffee.
Okay.
My coffee is the premium. It's all from the farm.
Right.
No other coffee.
So, but from your operations, how much coffee do you produce?
Depends.
On
On-
an average, perhaps?
Well, around 500 kilos. I get from different
Okay.
Yeah.
But so, what challenges have you faced producing local coffee, roasting, of course, growing it here, and of course, the market is dominated by imported
Yeah.
brands, as you mentioned. Coffee beans coming from Vietnam. What are the challenges that you face or faced with your business?
The weather.
Oh, major. Okay, I thought it was imports. No, it is the weather.
It's also the weather. It
Okay.
affects the coffee. Sometimes the harvest in a year it's good. Next year it's not so good. So
What are the weather-
farmers are
Yes.
resilient.
But what weather affects the coffee? Is it the heat? Is it the rain?
The rain, the typhoons.
Okay, it means to say that they damage the trees and the beans that are growing.
It's the drying as well.
Okay. So now, unfortunately, there's a typhoon in the country and in the Visayas. I know you also source throughout the country.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So this is going to affect your production.
Well, most of them have harvested this time already.
Okay.
So, not so much affected by these ongoing typhoons. There's a strong typhoon now in the south.
Yes.
Yeah. But they're resilient. They know how to deal with it so far. It's just that kind of slow, you know.
So, but sustainability. Moving to another topic, sustainability is a big part of your story.
Yes.
How does this fold into your operations?
Sustainability, it's more on really helping the farmers get to know what they should do about coffee.
Okay, such as?
So, like, well, it's their heritage, for one, and then they have to also find ways to get support from the government. That's important too. And then stick to the tradition of growing coffee. Also, getting to know what makes it really consistent. They have to be consistent.
Right. So that's a technique that
Yes.
your perhaps Stella helps with since she's
Yes,
on the ground.
yes.
You spoke about heritage. How do you keep that spirit alive, and how do you grow it with quote unquote your farmers?
Well, for one is respecting them. What they say their price is, you take it. You have to also have, you have to respect them in a way that you trust them. It's transparency as well.
How much is a bag of an average bag of Aponi Bayosa in, let's say, Denmark?
The 250 grams is around 450. That's for Atok.
450 euros?
Pesos.
Pesos. I was like, okay, but when you sell it abroad, how much is it?
I sell it for, we're talking about kron.
Yes, Con.
So we use around 300 crons
Which is about in euros.
times 8.
So that's such a great margin. Of
Yes,
course, I mean,
because
there's
we have to bring it
logistics.
there.
Yeah, there's logistics
Yeah,
involved.
logistics involved,
And I'm
yeah.
sure you air freight them.
This is usually through the embassies. The embassies are so happy to promote our coffee. And quite surprising. Let's say in Denmark, we
Yes.
promote it in coffee shops. We just have a taste, tasting our coffee, getting to know Philippine coffee. The baristas are quite surprised with our coffee. It's a unique taste, they say. Atok has a unique taste. Pluto has a unique taste. It's like tea. And they say, there's one that didn't do well because it was dark roast. They prefer medium roast.
So it really depends on the market. But can you imagine being able to sell it at that price? Then your farmers here are pretty much covered and secure with their produce and price for years.
At least, but we still have to teach them. We have to make them really good in growing the quality of their coffee.
Okay, so I'm sure that you and Miss Stella have already expanded your operations here because if it's just the two of you, I don't know how you can manage.
Actually, it's only the two of us.
Your team hasn't grown.
Not yet. Because it's an advocacy. It's not really a profit business
Yes,
thing.
yes.
More an advocacy to make the farmers happy, people happy, make them aware that we have good coffee. That's all. We're happy na.
Yes, but
Yeah.
what are the expansion plans of Aponi Bayosa?
Lately, we had launching of the name. We had it in Common Grounds, and we had invited a number of people who were really quite surprised with how our coffee tasted. I invited a farmer, a lady farmer. She explained how the coffee grows. And then the roaster, he explained how it's roasted, what should be done to have a good roast. And the barista, who had like tasting cups where people tasted it, it really got them interested. It really got them to know, my God, this is how coffee is. This is how we should really support farmers.
It feels good, doesn't it?
It does,
All right.
absolutely.
I have a few more questions for you,
Sure.
Madam. So, first is, what was your worst investment?
My worst was the coffee shop.
How ironic is that, right?
Yeah, I think it was not the right time.
You're ahead of your time.
Yeah.
What's your best investment?
For me, it's really giving a name to our coffee, giving a name to each place where it grew, and the pride of our coffee. Philippine coffee is the best.
And, of course, what's your favorite mistake?
My mistake. I have so many mistakes, I admit.
But the most favorite one?
My most favorite, the packing. Sometimes there's still air going down. So we have to return it back, reseal.
And it's just you and Miss Stella doing this.
Yeah. Stella's very particular. She's so picky in everything.
Yeah.
So she called me an octopus because
Do a lot of things.
do
Well,
lots.
thank you so much for chatting with us and telling us about your advocacy and the plight of our coffee farmers. And I'm sure that you are both heroes in their hearts.
Thank you, Ferdi, for recognizing our small cause for coffee.
Thank you. It's a great cause. Thank you. And that is it for today's show. I'm Ferdi Salvador. Catch the Bilyonaryo News channel on Free TV Channel 31 and on cable via Cignal Channel 24. Thank you for watching the Bilyonaryo News channel, always on top.